Save that noise. Oh, yay! Hey, hello everyone! It's been a really long time, but that's because life happened. It's a long story and not proper to what's called discuss at this point. But it's been a while, so I actually had to read a little bit as a refresher, and it didn't help very much. But I did my best. So currently we are in the middle of the forest outside of Lunaris, which is the main town. I'm not exactly sure why we're in the forest, but we were discussing previously we were discussing the increase of whatever the fuck, like ghost and shit, around town that has, increased a lot, and it was decided to be because Omen, the demon friend, actually, while I'll explain this, I'll have the, what's it called? Oh, well, I guess they're all right here. So this one is Omen. If you don't remember, we did go for the Omen and Alucard route. We had a chance to get both of them, and I was like, whatever, why not? So, we are technically in a relationship with both of them, which I didn't think was possible, but that's fun. Anyways, but it was decided that the increase of dangers and, what's it called? I'm trying to do, like, feralness of the creatures around town was because Omen opened the border, and he assumed the border would heal, but it's not healing as fast as he thought it would, but then again, he had no idea in the first place. So that's about all that I've gathered. I hope I'm not missing anything. But we're gonna just move on because there's nothing else to say. The streets are dead empty when I leave. It's eerie, almost the sudden stillness, as though the town itself is instinctively aware of the wrongness it's experiencing, withdrawing into itself. Such a pretty description. Okay. I wonder, truly, how much the people know, how much they're willing to know. From what Aurora said, it hasn't always been this way for Lunaris, but I find it hard to imagine this before. It must have been years ago, according to what she said at August's. August is the enforcer, who is basically our boss, and we had a discussion with Aurora, with them, and that's when we learned about the unnatural increase of danger, we'll say, because I can't say the actual word. But all Omen and Elaine have done is confirm that there was an increase in... I just said I can't say that word. Was an increase in supernatural activity. There you go. Not what the enforcers here have done to combat it. Well, I lost that sentence. It's gone now. But all Omen and Elaine have done is confirm that there was an increase in supernatural activity, not what the enforcers have done to combat it. Well, I would say that the enforcers have thrown hunters at it, because, like, 3 of them have died. 3 of them have died specifically combating this. So I don't think they really want to discuss that in the first place. Actually, if I remember correctly, was it August's husband? No, it was August's boss's husband who died because of this. And we saw him in the graveyard on our, like, 2nd night in this town, or something like that. Nor did their affirmation lend anything to ease the growing dread in me, the one that's been sitting like poison in the back of my mind since I first started snooping in August's office for Aya's records just a few weeks ago. Aya was a hunter that was essentially brought down to the dungeons for some reason. She had some sort of relationship with Piper, as in Piper knew her. I can't remember exactly what the relationship was, but I think it was co-workers more? I'm not sure, but I know that Aya comes from Piper, and we broke into the dungeons to kind of find her, but I don't think we found her. We might have, but I don't think we could get her out or something of that sort. It's been a long time for me, and I don't watch my videos because I don't like my voice at this moment, so I'm not gonna listen to my videos, and reading is hard on a small screen. I'm a general, but I'm still just another hunter in the end. The enforcers, the allies, the support network at my back all account for much of my success and strength. Piper is a normal hunter, and we got the promotion over her because she had a fight with August. I think over Aya. Or some other third party. It dictates how... It dictates... It's been a long time since I've read such, proper words like this. No, such fancy words. It dictates how I'm to move, act, think, and now what if I can't even trust it to hold my weight? Trust what? The support? His position. He can't trust his position to hold his weight. I don't get it. What is... That I don't know the full truth is nothing new. That I'm only ever told enough to commit myself to the contract at hand is nothing new. Yeah, that seems to be the par for this job, so to speak. But those deliberate, yeah, that's a B. But those deliberate acts of withholding information have always been passed off as an attempt to protect hunters, and for the most part, that's been true. Okay. Not this time, though. This is... The sound of a bird taking flight snaps me out of my thoughts. I shake my head, blink, and look up to the sparse, twisting branches of the forest. It's been a long time since I've heard the word sparse. Somehow my feet have taken me here, taken me on a path I didn't know I could remember so well. Actually, when I look down at the ground, I see the rock to which Alucard hides its cave. What? Okay, so we were previously in the church, and then it just cut to the forest, which is why I was so confused. But turns out, we were just walking there. We were just walking. He doesn't even know why he's there. Oh yeah, if you remember correctly, we are playing a male character. He hasn't bothered to keep the trapdoor concealed. I realize as I walk around it. There the entrance is, inviting to all. Thinking about the half-liking, I doubt that's true, but... Hesitantly, I kneel by it and knock. A long moment passes with no response. Just as I was beginning to feel silly, it's daylight. He's probably in town. It suddenly swings up so fast and nearly hits me in the face. I don't think it would have been the first time he hit him in the face. I think, or I've been close. I'm pretty sure he almost hit us with the door also. Or maybe it was an empty, glass cup or something like that. Alucard squints up at me with the baleful glare of someone whose sleep has just been interrupted, judging from his rumpled clothing and messy hair. That's probably true. I feel a pang of guilt. If you hear any noise, it's my dog playing with a hard toy. Baleful. I'm not 100% sure what that word is, so we're going to Google it. Because apparently I'm old and use Google instead of ChatGPT now. Oh. It says baleful describes something menacing, threatening, harm, or having a other word I don't know how to say. Either way, he's mean mugging us, apparently. I'm sorry, his hand lands heavily on my shoulder, then comes to rest on my neck. He pulls me down, and for a split second, I think he's gonna kiss me. Oh my god, is he gonna punch us in the face? That would have been funny. No. But he rests our foreheads together instead. Oh, cute. We also just did that with Omen, too, in the church. It was great. It's only for a moment. It doesn't need to be any longer than that for me to know he's been missing me. His relief is so thick, it's almost tangible. Yeah, everyone was talking about, they were, like, telling us, it's like, oh, you made it to August's office safely? It's like, oh, you're okay? And everyone was, like, surprised we're alive, I guess? I'm not 100% sure why they would think that, but I think escaping the dungeons scot-free would probably have something to do with it. I hear his exhale tremble, and I wrap my arms around his shoulders, tucking his head under my chin. We cling to each other until Alucard finally squirms free. Aw. He gives me a sniff, his nose wrinkled. You alright? That felt wrong to say that. I feel like my voice went deeper than I wanted it to, which I didn't even try to do that. Did that automatically, which is why I felt raw. I smile at him, running a hand through his hair and trying to work some knots free from the strands. I'm alright, physically. Good. Alucard takes my hand, grips it tightly, and stares at me intently. Then he tugs on it, pulling me into his home. Again? No, I'm joking. It's the same as before, spacious, homely, even if the cushions and blankets in one corner are evidently a little messy. Well, we did just, stumble across his home in the middle of the fucking day and knock on his door, so can't really be too surprised. I breathe a sigh of relief at that. It's clear evidence Alucard did manage to get back here and probably spend at least a little time asleep, regardless of what he decided to do last night for the little distraction. That's what it was. I was also reading a little bit because I clicked the history and was just reading it. And I can't remember who, but it was him and someone else who went off to do a distraction. And that was the last time we saw Alucard. Excuse me. I don't think it was Omen. It might have been Aurora who did the distraction with Alucard. Aurora is one of the twins from the church. They have a little monster cult or whatever. Omen said he might try to find you. Those are the cats, by the way. If you heard them, they're running through the halls. Hall. We only have one hall. Told him I'd be here, but haven't seen him yet, which means he probably wants to be alone for a while. Yeah, that's fair. We did just, directly say everything is his fault and, not to apologize to us because, this isn't our town. Our town isn't being trampled by monsters daily, so that's fun. I grimace, remembering Omen's guilt in the Ayabek about the boundaries, damn it. Yeah. Ayabek is the church, I assume, because that's where we were. But Alucard moves on to a small messy table in one corner and picks up the pewter pitcher, pouring some sort of liquid into 2 wooden mugs. Pewter. I don't think I'm saying that right. I feel like it would be like Petri or something. Pewter. Pewter. How do I say that? Pronunciation. Pewter?
Pewter.
Oh, it is pewter. I'm saying it right, or close enough at least. Let him gather his thoughts. Omen isn't fragile, you know. I don't mean to imply that. I accept the drink, drawing a lungful of the minty herbal fragrance, recalling the look on his face and how he dealt with Aurora just the night before. So it might have just been him and Aurora who did the distraction. You're right. Duh! My God! Sorry, the cat lunged at me. I should be asking you that anyway. How are you doing? Alucard leans his shoulder against me comfortingly. His large tail settles around my waist in what I now realize is a distinctly Omen-inspired gesture. Yes. We saw Omen's sister do that with I forget his name, but it's like Aurora's twin brother. But Omen's sister did that because they're a couple, and then Omen did that with us, and now Alucard is also doing it. Likely because he and Omen had a previous relationship, so he likely just learned it, and since we're in a relationship with both of them, now both of them are doing it. I make my way over to the bench against the far wall, and when I sit, Alucard sits with me. His eyes are sharp, and there's an oddly knowing expression on his face. Alucard, please. I don't know. I feel like we're too busy for this, alright? Too busy. I press our shoulders together, seeking comfort in his company. God damn it, Chris. So fucking horny. There's something I have to tell you. I'm gay. Instead of breakup matters. Sorry. It's a serious situation. I shouldn't be making jokes. No. What? No, don't even joke about that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. He laughs when I elbow him. Fine, alright, out with it. August bullying you? Piper? I could throw rocks at their houses. I feel like you'd do that anyways, whether I ask you to or not. No, it's the hunter you attacked. Well, the one whose attack you were imprisoned for, I should say. Alucard's wolf ears immediately flatten to his head. I can see his jaw clench, but he looks straight at me, his red eyes sharp. That sentence was hard to say for some reason. Yeah? His name is Azazel. Azazel? Wait, we found signs of him in the dungeons. Is that actually Azazel? Is that I know it's a biblical name. I know Azazel is a biblical name, but I didn't think Azazel. Azazel. Oh no. In ancient religions appearing primarily as a mysterious, desolate place or demonic entity associated with the scapegoat oh, that's mean. You can't. So, essentially what I have gathered from that is that Azazel has a lot of meanings. Mainly demonic or... Well, mainly a demonic representation or a barren land, so like hopelessness almost. But it can also be used for a scapegoat, which Alucard was used as. So it is funny, not funny. We found him in the dungeons. No, we found signs of him in the dungeons. Does that mean he's alive? Right? Alucard inhales sharply and then sighs, the relief evident in the drop of his shoulders. But then he raises his eyebrows. Both of them. Wait, in the dungeons? The dungeons where they kept me? What did he do? We don't know. But he was there, and I'm sure he was at the very least alive when you were taken in. That's just mean. But then again, we did establish that this entire job is just full of secrets and falsehoods and all that. Then why did they... I don't know. Alucard snorts, and this time the sound is bitter. He gets to his feet and begins to pace, tightening the bandages around his hands. I can feel his upset, the intensity of it, and under all that brewing resentment, I can't blame him. You keep using past tense. What happened to him? I don't know that either, which is the problem. Alucard pauses, and looks at me in disbelief. After a moment, however, he sighs and comes back to sit down at my side again. Guess that's why you're here. To tell you, yes, but also because I wanted to see you. Alucard smirks, a flash of sharp canines and a cock of his head, and I feel a jump in my chest. Sorry, I was distracted because we meandered over here, not necessarily with a destination in mind. But yes. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you. Your employers sure like to keep shit hush-hush. Figured as much. But thanks for telling me. It's been sitting like a fucking gravestone on my mind since, well, now I feel pretty fucking bummed out, actually. I can't believe they put me through that shit for something that never even happened. Yeah, seriously, that's what I was getting at, too. If he was alive when they took him in, then why even take him in? But then again, that's just par for the course. I'm sorry. This shouldn't have happened at all. They had no right. They don't need rights. They only need a reason and the upper hand. That is all too true, Alucard. Oh no. Are you always this pessimistic? That's so mean. What's wrong is wrong. What is that? I mean, he's right. He's right. He's right. The bitter pessimism in Alucard's words sting, but they sting no worse than thoughts I myself have had in the past. A reason and the upper hand is sometimes all we need, isn't it? A weapon, a reason, and the upper hand. And now, my weapon feels heavy at my side. And what are you gonna do about all of this, Chris? I'll find the truth. That's a tall task. How long is that gonna take? Your entire life? I feel like August has tried that, and, they're still an enforcer, and are dead inside, so I don't think that's a good thing to go for. That's all I can do, isn't it? No, that's what I must do, now that we've come this far. That's a fair point. Then that's all I ask too. His hand closes around my wrist. I raise my eyes from the floor to look at him, and the sheer intensity with which he stares back at me, the sheer sincerity in his eyes, also carries the force of a blow. Sorry, I thought it said like bow or something. Thank you. Oh my god, I got so scared. I was like, no way, that's the end. Did I seriously only have like 20 minutes left? I would have been pissed. I was like, no way, they were just like lining up and there hasn't been like a main climax or like a solution. We've just found a bunch of problems. Every time we try to find a solution, we just find a different problem to focus on. I ventured deeper into the catacombs, the darkened tunnels becoming somewhat familiar to me now. Why are we in the catacombs? I know this is where Finn lives, the vampire, the dude with the black and white magic arm, who's biting his lip on the title screen, biting his finger on the title screen. He and Ezra have a thing. I know that. Ezra's the witch. I hear a quiet laugh, and I smile to myself as a figure appears from the shadow. Ezra is the witch who has that green stuff floating or coming from him. Oh, it's Raven! What's cooking, good looking? Raven is Finn's... He addressed her as his child, but he's just, he made her into a vampire. Hello, Raven. May I escort you to Lord Casimir's lair? I mean, not that you have a choice. I'm terribly bored. I begin walking, and Raven falls into step by my side. Though she walks backwards, those crimson eyes not leaving my face even for a second. You do realize I'm gay. Why are you bored? Sun's up, can't do much other than annoy Finn, and now you're here to do that, I assume. More like probably make him mad and then ask him for a favor. More like work, I suppose? She snorts again, and it's quickly becoming a familiar sound. He works too much. All of you do. It's the reason we're here, Raven. That's what adulting is. I came here specifically to Lunaris because they asked me to figure out what was happening. And then I got promoted, so now I have a bunch of other shit to do. So, this is just all we do. There was one time that I remember Chris actually, slept for, 2 days straight. Insane. Then she skids to a stop in front of me as we reach Finn's door, her hand raised. Listen, I just want you to know we have your back. Not that Finn wouldn't have already told you that, but it's important to me that you know. Thanks, Finn. Sorry. Thanks, Raven. You're a lot more straightforward than Finn is. That's for sure. The way she looks at me tells me I can believe her. That Raven is loyal to a fault, and that I'm lucky to have such allies. Very true. Thank you, Raven. I appreciate that. Sweet. Now go do your boring, important people stuff, I guess. I'll try not to interrupt. Dash, please. I am busy. Dash is my dog. If I had a camera, I do have a camera on my laptop, I just forgot how to turn it on and haven't looked into it. In a flash, she's gone, absorbed by the darkness. The door to Finn's room opens with a quiet creak before I can raise my fist to knock, and he greets me with a smile. Afternoon. Please, come in. Hello, Finn. I eagerly step inside. The candlelight that flickers in his lavish quarters, decidedly more inviting than the dank hallways. I'm not saying that right, but I keep adding an extra syllable and I can't get rid of it. I heard Raven lurking. She didn't bother you, did she? She was actually quite pleasant. I shake my head as he moves to lean against his desk. She was fine, if not a little strange. Yup, she was strange. He tilts his head this way and that, feigning tossing around a deep thought in his mind before grinning. Strange is her specialty. I'm sure you would know, Finn. We should discuss Fiyero. Discuss what Piper and I found down there. Fiyero is like what I was to Piper, I think. Fiyero and Finn had some sort of relationship. No clue about it. I think they were acquaintances. I don't... No! They were... What's it called? They were similar. They had the same... I say sire because that's just what I'm used to. Essentially, their sire was... I can't remember if he was physically abusive, but he was extremely abusive to both of them. And I can't remember what happened, but they ended up either escaping or killing the sire together. And then Fiyero went missing. That's what I remember. His expression neutralizes, his posture becoming tense. Yes, we should. I have some concerns, as I'm sure you do. What... Sorry, I can't see that. What could they want with his blood, Finn? I'm no expert, but if I'm not mistaken, vampire blood can be harmful to anything that isn't of your kind. He stares off into the distance for a moment. The look is pensive, as if he's considering... Excuse me. I was yawning. As if he's considering his next words very carefully. What do you know of your initiation? Of what they put you through when you're chosen? I don't think there's very... I mean... We? Not Chris. I don't think we know too much, but I don't know what Chris says. I open my mouth to respond, but I find myself having nothing to say. Okay, so that's why we don't know much, because Chris also doesn't know much. I remember little of what happened back when I was just a child, back when I first arrived at the academy. I remember waking up and feeling different, feeling strong. I frown, frustrated that I can't recall such a pivotal moment in my life, the moment that quite literally made me who I am. I can feel him watching me carefully, and when I meet his gaze, his eyes are sad. I know little of what they did to make you the way you are, but I've been around long enough to hear rumors. Nothing about what's happening here adds up of that much, I'm sure. The only person who has answers is Harry, but we can't even trust the man who swore to lead and protect you. Harry is, what's it called? Augus's boss, I think. I actually can't remember who Harry is. Now I don't know. If they're taking Fiyero's blood, it's not with good intention. Vampire blood can be incredibly dangerous if used with malicious intent. We need to get him out of there. We did actually find Fiyero and talk with him. In contrast to Aya, where we didn't even find her. I search my brain for ideas, solutions, anything. The silence we stand in is heavy with our contemplation, and something hits me. Hold on, I need water before this. I've got 2 cups of water, because my normal cup of water tastes funny, so it needs to be cleaned. When I first encountered the creature, it almost felt like I'd been thralled. Not enthralled? Okay, looks like we're Googling that word again. Or not again, but, Googling again. Thralled. You see, everything says enthralled. Being enslaved or completely captivated by... Yeah, I thought that was enthralled. So then what is enthralled? Enthralled. Enthralled. Completely fascinated or charmed. Oh, okay. Okay, so enthralled is more charmed, while thralled is more, trapped, almost. Same meanings, but different intention, I think. As if it had compelled you to just freeze, manipulated you. I didn't even say that right. Whatever, moving on. Manipulated. How dare you make me say that again? That was mean. Then something clicks. No, we are going to ask about Fiyoro's abilities. Fiyoro is an empath, right? He can both feel emotion and manipulate it. Yeah, we know that from actually talking to him, because he told us about it. Yes, and he's incredibly powerful. Levi wouldn't have looked at him twice if he wasn't different. There are other vampires that have such abilities. Even I can influence people's thoughts, but not to the extent he can. I think about the implications of that kind of power falling into the wrong hands. How they leave me feeling lead-in place? Oh, God damn it, I just closed Chrome. What am I supposed to do? Okay. Lead-in. Leaden. Lead-in is an adjective describing something made of lead. No. Having a dull gray color or being physically, metaphorically heavy, slow, and spiritless. Sluggish, gloomy. Okay, that makes more sense. I was very concerned. I was like, no, not lead. Does that mean leaden? I think it's lead-in. We're gonna go with lead-in because that sounds better, and I'm not gonna fact check it. Can these abilities be transferred, say, through consuming his blood? I can't say I've ever heard of such a thing being done, but it's certainly not impossible. That creature, if it has been given his blood, why? What could that possibly achieve? Well, it froze me in tracks, and that's how you catch prey. So, feeding, making them strong, causing fear in the town. I don't know. I don't really got anything. I take a deep breath, trying to gather my thoughts. Already, they're heavy in my mind at what this might mean. Something new, something powerful. Oh, I got to ask both. Okay. The rumors you've heard about the initiation. Can you tell me? Really, you were gonna ask that after having a realization about Fiyoro's blood? That's ridiculous. He grips the edge of his desk, the wood creaking beneath his fingertips. There are many things about the agency's practices that I've heard over the centuries. None of them are particularly kind, but most sound too far-fetched to be plausible. My personal favorite is that hunters grow on trees. Were you grown on a tree? Finn, that is ridiculous. I laugh, rolling my eyes. Point taken. Not all of them are exactly sane rumors, then? No. But with everything that's been going on around here lately, stranger things have happened. It is very true. I would not be surprised if I found a hunter tree in the forest surrounding this town. I process everything as best as I can on such little sleep, yet again feeling out of my depth, and somehow closer to the truth. Our priority is getting Fiyoro out of there, but we also have other concerns to attend to. Oh my goodness, sorry. I keep yawning. I just came back from work and I did a lot of labor. I work in a warehouse, so it's a lot of moving shelves and products. I can have the clan work on an Nope. I can have the clan work on an extraction plan. Now we know exactly where he is. That sentence doesn't sound right. Doesn't flow correctly. Leave that to us. At least that's one less thing for you to worry about. about, right? Dude. And Finn, your clan is so good about getting shit off my shoulders. It's great. Which, makes sense. There's a lot of you, probably. I don't think we've seen I think we've seen a total of 3 people from his clan. That's Finn, Raven, and Fiero. My dog was about to grab a squeaky toy, and I'm not about to do that. Though I could use your help enlisting Merryman to assist. We could do with someone on your side. My side? Piper, maybe? Consider it done. Well, you're confident. Well, whoa. I'm excited, so I keep slurring. You'll let me know if you need me to, though. I didn't say that right. You'll let me know if you need me to, though. Nope, I don't know how to say that sentence properly. He nods, reaching for the door to open it for me. Get the fuck out. Of course. Now stay safe, won't you? I will. I just need to see Ezra about our little demon friends. Yeah, because they cause a fucking rift in the dimensions, and now there's demon influence on everything. Stop licking my leg! My god, you're so annoying. Don't you dare. My dog. Well, have fun with that, Chris, and good luck. The shop is busy when I arrive, but Ezra does an excellent job of remaining professional when he spots me. Don't you dare. Don't even start. I linger in the corner while he rings up his final customers, surveying the volumes upon volumes of magical literature he has on display. Please, no more books. I'm struggling with every word. The sleepy white cat from before is curled up on the counter, and she lazily raises her head when I approach the bell. Nope. I approach as the bell signals that the final customer has left. Her eyes glow a vivid aquamarine, and she's certainly unlike any feline I've seen before. I don't remember the cat. I have no clue where that cat came from or why it's here, so I'm just going to call it Cotton Eye Joe, which makes sense because it's white, so it's fine. Hi, Ezra. Her name is Coco. That's mean. Coco is brown. Sorry. He scratches her chin, and she purrs. Her thanks for gracefully And she purrs her thanks before gracefully jumping down, heading for the back room with a swish of her tail. Okay, I was kind of worried that I didn't remember a cat. But I'm glad it is kind of new. Is it Coco or Cacao? It's Coco. Okay. She's got a bit of an attitude problem. I think I've spoiled her a little too much. Wait. How long have you had this cat, Ezra, and why do I not remember her? How long have you had her? See? Even Chris is confused. I swear to God, Dash, if you start squeaking your toy, stop! It's mine. Now. His mouth twists to the side while he thinks. She followed me home one night when I was a child, maybe 10, 11 years ago. She's old. She's not exactly a normal cat, but I've never really bothered to find out what she might be, or where she's from. She's just Coco. We value her privacy. Okay, Ezra. You are a very private person, so that makes sense. What can I do for you? Is it the tall, blonde, utterly terrifying woman you sent my way late last night? Who? Excuse me? What? There was... Pardon? I grimace, taking a deep breath. My mind is once again overflowing with revelations, new information I've barely had time to process. That seems to happen a lot. The hell? I was hearing something. I don't know. Sorry about that, but no, I had a chat with our demon friends. I study his expression carefully, but I see nothing to indicate that he has any idea what I'm about to say. And how adept are you at closing hell portals? What? You heard me, goddammit! I almost can't help but laugh at the way his eyes widen. Yeah, me too. Then a flicker of realization, his shoulders sinking under the weight of it. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't think to check. I've been so caught up with everything else that I just... Fuck! Yeah, Ezra, you're the one who literally found Omen. Why didn't you check then? No, I'm joking. I don't blame you. I believe in you. We have no choice. What am I referencing with these words? What do you mean? I mean, I believe Ezra can fix it. We have no choice. What? I mean, both of these are true. This feels mean. Like, I'm saying he has to do it instead of he can do it, you know? Yeah, I believe in you. He's obviously distressed that such a thing could fly under his radar, and I gather that Ezra has quickly put the puzzle pieces together. Ezra isn't stupid. He knows what this means, what the tear between realms has brought upon this town. Yeah, which is why it's almost surprising he didn't check, but, as he said, there's been so much going on. He just didn't think about it, got distracted. We can and will fix this. There must be a spell. A ritual? He clears his throat, snapping himself from his daze. Yes, I mean, there will be. Not that I'm familiar. I will require a great deal of research, and I doubt I'll be able to do it alone. You are aware that I am not a witch and not magical. I see dead people, and that's about as far as that goes. August? He smiles. August is very powerful, as I'm sure you can already tell. So with their help, hopefully it's something we can achieve. Great. Does he know it's Omen's fault? I'm not sure. I know we discussed it slightly, but I don't think we specifically told August that it was their fault. I don't know. I don't doubt either of you for a second. I look at him as he processes all of this, his fingers visibly twitching at his side, eyes flickering to the endless rows of books that line his walls. Ezra, I know you can do this. Please, don't worry. He offers me a smile, but it's a sorry thing, timid, almost. I'm glad that you have some faith in me, at least. I'm just so angry with myself. I was the first person Omen found when he arrived. I should have known. Yeah, that's what I said, too. I don't blame you, though. He was, like, half dead, so... Your first concern was his well-being. I tended to his wounds, saw the markings. I should have checked. Markings? I think back to the odd way that Omen rubbed his neck. Demons from other realms often have a sigil or rune that grants them access to their home, so it would make sense for him to have one, I suppose. But healed? To what extent did Omen go to... I You should ask Owen. It isn't my place. You say that all the time, Ezra. You're a very private person. Of course, but I think you can give yourself a pass on this one. It isn't exactly common to have a prince of hell stumble into your shop, is it? It takes him a moment, but a small smile crosses his lips. I appreciate the faith you show in me. I'll try my best. Anything to keep the town safe. Why are you so intent on that? Also, Ezra, is that a new outfit or something? I do not remember that, but it looks good on you. I like that. I like that outfit. It's good. It forms your body very well. And I love the contrast. It brings out the little white thing in your hair, which then draws attention to your eyes, which is really nice. Now, do you want to tell August or shall I? The very loud burst of laughter tells me I might be the one tasked with such a pleasant conversation. Yup, I assume so. Also, we were just there, like last night, as in, I say last night, but it is just now morning, so we were just there. Hasn't August, slept or something? Are we just gonna barge in and be like, hey, are you awake? He's just gonna be passed out on his desk. Excellent. We're going there now? Oh my god. Piper opens the door with a smile as I advance to the next stop on my tour. Afternoon. Just gonna stand there or what? I roll my eyes, kicking off my boots as I enter. Hi, Piper. We take a seat upon the sofa, Piper tucking her feet beneath her, relaxed in her surroundings. It's very nice. I had an eventful evening. Curry! Stop! She sits a little straighter, eyebrow quirked in interest. My goodness. Oh yeah? Yes, with your favorite cultists, actually. The noise that she makes is interesting. Ugh, her? How awful for you. My sympathies. Rather than me, though, I suppose. What gives? Oh, the usual. Just her making friends with the thing terrorizing us. Normal cultist stuff. Ah, the twins. The Aurora. The female twin. I wish I could say I'm surprised. Was it at least productive conversation? Yes, it helped, which is better than nothing, right? Better than nothing. I take a deep breath, considering my next words carefully. We should talk about Aya, about what we found down there. Her shoulders slump. She averts her gaze, her eyes sad. Yes, I haven't stopped thinking about it all. Fiero, Aya, everything. How can we work for people who do that? Forge records, who imprison their own for nothing? Well, they also imprison Alucard for nothing as well. Which is, they're imprisoning their own for nothing, and then they're imprisoning innocents for nothing. Aya is innocent. That much I know. And Azazel, he's down there because he supposedly got attacked? It continues to make no fucking sense. Man, you just threw so many, people's names at me. I hardly know Aya. I have no clue about Azazel. Azazel was mentioned once with Alucard, just now, and I also have kind of forgotten. I know I looked up Azazel, but, Azazel was the dude who got attacked, and then Alucard was framed, but he didn't die and was alive, and is alive? I don't know why we think he is alive. Did we actually see him in the dungeons? They're so sure about it, too. I agree with her, but we have little time for frustration. What are... We have to begin acting now. Again? The clan are preparing to get Fiyero out of the dungeons. We can't leave him in there. Not now we know what they're doing. Finn was wondering if you'd mind assisting them. Of course I will. Anything, just stick it to those forget that she has an accent that I cannot imitate. Anything, just stick it to their asshole enforcers. That's as close as you're gonna get to an accent, alright? Have a very non-accent. Okay, so what do you mean by mention Fiyero's blood? Like, are you saying, are we going to explain that the Chimera likely has Fiyero's blood in it? So the Chimera has, like, whatever it's called, kind of influence over that? Or that they're using Fiyero's blood? Because, first of all, Piper is a great asset, but the thing is, one, why would she need to know about Fiyero's blood? I mean, we're not trying to keep secrets here, because, that's the thing, too. If she found out we're keeping secrets from her, she'd probably get really upset. And we'd literally be doing the same thing that this entire job has been doing its entire life. So, I guess I'll just tell her, out of principle. Mention Fiyero's blood. I feel a little stupid for having such an idea, but after what Finn told me about the blood, I can't get it off my mind. When I encountered the creature, it was almost as if it had thralled me, like it sapped away all my free will. Piper frowned, shifting a little closer, waiting for me to continue. What if they're taking Fiyero's blood gift to this creature? To make it stronger, better. She takes a while to respond. If they are, why? Why would they need to mess around with the things we're supposed to be killing? Our purpose is to get rid of those plants, Our purpose is to rid this planet of those things, not make them stronger. Yeah, that is very true. She's right. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. Because I know the twins basically worship that. I say twins, but it's mainly Aurora. But, she kind of just drags her brother along with her. I know they basically worship the monsters. Which we thought for the longest time that they were experimenting with the monsters. But it wasn't them. It was us. We need to figure out their endgame, and fast. I paused, watching her carefully. She looks so tired. Have you looked in the mirror? Because I'm pretty sure you look tired. How are you doing after all of this? She huffs, a quiet little laugh, shrugging. I don't really know. Before all of this, I was just angry. Angry that I got punished for caring too much, which isn't something I ever really did before. Now I just feel numb. Damn. That's deep, Piper. Really sad. It's gonna be okay, Piper. It has to be. Right. How could it possibly get any fucking worse? Well, now that you say that, it's gonna get fucking worse. Thanks, Piper. I grimace, and Piper laughs. Don't say that. Now we're really fucked. You see? Chris is on the same page. With a groan, I reluctantly tear myself from the comfort of her sofa. The mere thought of dragging myself across the street to the wolf makes me want to weep, but I really should check in with August. Need to go and visit our dear enforcer. Have fun with that, I suppose. Piper doesn't like August very much because, they were a team, but then, he had something to do with her getting punished, which is why she didn't get the promotion. She crinkled her nose in disgust, and I can't help but laugh at the expression. They did technically make up recently, but, thanks a bunch. That was a big yawn. I head for the door, turning to look at her one last time when she yells, "What do you want to be, Yeah, I know, Viper. I know. In the aftermath of what we learned, August and Ezra were quick to action, gathering supplies and the instruments required for performing the spell. Oh, great, we don't have to sit through another conversation. I'm excited. That was the first day. Oh, what day are we on now? Then time stretched on. 1 day, 2 days, 4, a week. Knowing that everything was leading up to this moment and that it might not even work was stressful to say the least. What if they couldn't close it? What if the creature is still that strong without its unseen force feeding it? Those worries lingered, but I found ways to distract myself. Talking with dead people? I hunted nightly. I spent time training with Piper, studying with August. There was also Omen and Alucard. Stolen moments with them amongst all the chaos, moments that only solidified my feelings for both of them. Then, a knock at my door one night. The news I'd been waiting for. The streets are so pretty at night. I step outside just in time to watch the sun set over the horizon. The sky darkens, and the clouds are tipped with orange, then purple, until all that hangs over me is endless black. Somehow, I feel lighter than ever as I head for the forest, a funny kind of hope settling in my gut. Man, I tried so hard to make that sound so cool, and I fucked up. So annoying. Ezra and August are strong alone, but together, I think back to that moment in Ezra's shop. The reconciliation between the two. The shift in how they hold themselves. A weight finally released. Together, I've no doubt that they're unstoppable. There's only one way to find out. I'm excited and nervous. Omen and Elaine had entered our realm on the edge of town, just as the cobblestones fade into dirt. The trees are denser here. Everything is a little less ominous. Hello, August. I find Ezra and August exactly where they said they would be. Both of them looking a little pensive. Yeah, I mean, fucking August is in full gear. There's a plate armor or some shit? No, I'm joking. Chris, right on time. Hi, August. If Alucard wasn't so fucking hot, you'd definitely be my choice for this round. I know. You don't stop. I got distracted and couldn't talk. I know you don't suffer tardiness. That's not even me. That sentence doesn't make any sense. Very good. Okay, please. I literally just got distracted. You can't distract me again. Now, shall we just get on with it, I suppose? Ezra has already laid out his supplies, a neat little pile of strange things you could only ever find in a magic shop. There's also a symbol drawn on the forest floor that looks strangely similar to a pentagram, with a few minor changes. Ezra catches me looking and offers me a shrug as if saying, of course as closing a portal to one of the many hells would require such a thing. Thanks, Ezra. Just another day in Linares. I mean, are we even technically in Linares? Sorry, I'm just being semantic. Let's just get this over with. Yep. He pulls a vial from his belt, the liquid dark and viscous. From my experience, I recognize it as demon blood. Question before we start. What am I doing here? Why am I here? I cannot kill a demon. I do not believe in Chris's ability, especially alone, and while you two are busy doing some shit, I doubt I can protect the both of you. So what am I doing here? I get you guys probably need protection, but I should not be the only one here. Oh, Omen gave it willingly. I didn't stab him or anything. What? Why? I'm sorry, Ezra, but I did not think that. Why are you getting defensive over something that was never asked? I think we know that, Ezra. True. Just checking. Thank you, Ezra. He pours the blood upon the ground at their feet. The faintest shimmer shining in the grass when it makes contact. Honestly, I'm surprised Omen even did that, mainly because I feel like Omen would pass out or something. I don't know why I have that impression of him, but I do. They join hands and begin chanting. I'm not saying that. From the fire of earth. I'm not saying that either. I don't know how to pronounce that. I can't even... Okay, I'll try. Okay, so who puts an M next to an N? Mina is... Mina. I'm... Aoni. This is why, okay? I'll try that one too. Oh, look, it's Mina again. Quay, Mina, Aim, Saz. To the fire of hell. Oh shit, look at him! Oh my god, so cool. Ezra actually looks really pretty, except for his face. His face looks scary, but August looks powerful as fuck right now. The shimmer glows in luminosity. It pulses brighter still, until it's almost blinding. I step back, watching as their grip on one another tightens, their eyes aglow, legs shaking. Also question, why didn't August think to check for hell portals? Ezra almost falters, but August holds him steady, gives him strength. Oh my god, that scared me. It's like, no, please, I can't do that. Then another... Okay. Hey, look, it's Saz again, and Quay. Quay, Sa... Why is there an apostrophe? Sai, Nuch, Yiz, Saz. We call to he who rules this realm. Okay. Yep. That's what it looks like to me. Yihaza Yiz Quata. Qua. I don't know. Close this gate. The ground begin. There you go. I said it. I did it. I closed the gate to hell. The ground beneath their feet rumbles. It stutters and shakes from their incantation. A vibration I feel deep in my bones. Okay, again, why am I here? I don't like to feel my bones rattle like. Again? Oh wait, I already put Yizabula Vazikquap. I already said that. I'm not doing it again. Close this gate. Then, stillness. Silence. Slowly, they release one another, exchanging appraising glances at their current state. There's some haggard breathing, but they're apparently fine. They turn their attention back to the tear. Or former tear. Oh, they did it? Is it done? Did it work? Perhaps the question was too soon. It tumbles out before I can stop it, and it echoes loudly. Yet, if seeing that hazy portal wink out was anything to go by, I damn well better ask. Great! Stop! I think it did. The energy still lingers, but I no longer feel anything pulling at me. Not like I did when we first arrived. The only way to know for sure is to get Omen or Elaine to check for us. They're not here? Well, I mean, I know you didn't say they were here, but also I can't protect the both of you at the same time, especially against hell. I can't. Ezra is interrupted by a chorus of yelling and terrible screaming. As if all at once the air is kicked from our lungs, and whatever brief moment of relief we had is extinguished at that sound. Another problem? I blame Piper. It's coming from town. We need to... I'll clean up here. Go, I've got this. Adios. We both look at him, hesitant, but time is of the essence, and we know we have no choice. Yep, we are... I can't remember the term, but I'm a hunter general, and he's an enforcer, and you are a civilian witch. So, yeah. Adios. Stay safe. Head straight home as soon as you're done. You've exhausted yourself enough for one evening. I will. Alright. Lunaris is in chaos. There's blood on the streets of its owner. I'm not entirely sure, but I know exactly what it is the second I see Piper rushing towards us, her daggers drawn. Her aura thrums with adrenaline, and it bleeds into mine at her approach. Report. It's that thing. I saw it with my own eyes. Ugly motherfucker, isn't it? Where is it now? It was heading straight for headquarters. Had this mad look, like it couldn't see anything else. The witches scared it off, distracted it. It scurried into the forest, and I couldn't catch it. Into the forest? We were just fucking there! Also, is it going to try and kill Ezra? Because that would suck. Like, big time. Good. No one should face it alone. This is right. We can't risk losing anyone else. Especially not you two. Aw, thank you. This is kind. Oh, shit. Are we ready? We have to end this. Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to say we have to end this, but I am also hesitant for everything. Whatever. Are we ready? My heart races. Its uneven thump rattles my ears. I can't help but feel like we're not ready for this, like we might never be ready. But it's my duty. I look at the townsfolk and see the fear in their eyes, and I know that it's time. We should... Yes, we have no time to waste. I'll stay here. They're afraid. This is their nightmare. I can at least try to make sure they feel safe. Smart thinking, Piper. I wish we had your hands out there, but I know that everyone's sanity is important. I look off into the distance. The forest is calling to me. The tips of my fingers tingle. Every nerve ending is set alight as my adrenaline spikes. Well, I'm the thing the monsters have nightmares about. Wow, so cool. Let's finish this. We head towards the forest, leaving the town in chaos behind us. I stop dead in my tracks as the houses fade out, something telling me to pause, to think. August, you should stay with Piper, just in case it... I pause, taking a breath. I can handle this. Hunter Green, I don't doubt that, but I'd hate to leave you alone. Aw, you're so sweet. I smile at them, and they throw me an incredulous look. I won't be alone. They frown, their eyes flicking towards the tree line. When they relax, I suspect they see what I see. Very well, I'll fall back, keep the townsfolk safe. They reach out and place their hand upon my forearm, squeezing gently. Their eyes are sad, earnest, proud. Aw, Dad? Show it no mercy, just as it's shown none to us. I'll make you proud. I nod, knowing I won't let them down. Any of them. Yes, General. Goodbye. Reluctantly, they turn on their heel, immediately barking orders at a group of enforcers that scurry towards them. I hear them before I see them, a heavy sigh, a scuff of bare feet in the grass, followed by a curious pair of wide brown eyes. When I turn, Alucard is standing right before me, with a scowl firmly fixed upon his handsome face. That's pretty normal, though. Oh shit, it's both of them, let's go! What's all the commotion about? Stinks out here. What, bro? Hey, guys, what's up? We're about to fight the Chimera, dude. It's gonna be hard. Yeah. Sorry, we're moving on. I scoff, huffing an incredulous laugh. The commotion is that the creature that's been slaying my colleagues has decided to show its ugly face. And I'm gonna kill it. Is that right? Well, suppose we'd better help you then, yeah? I nudge Alucard with my shoulder as I pass, advancing onwards. Omen eagerly falls into step at my side, his tail wrapping around my waist. I suppose you might come in handy. Alucard snorts, skipping over a fallen branch to catch up to me. Hey, I'm a good fighter. Scrappy, I've been told. I can tell. And him? He's fucking metal. He's fucking mental, I mean. That's rude. He's such a baby, though. He points a thumb at Omen, who simply smiles at us, eyes shining. Me? I laugh at them, and Alucard ruffles Omen's hair affectionately. Scrappy suits you, Alucard. Hey, no going and getting yourself killed. Not on our watch, you hear? Well, you'll just have to keep a closer eye on me then. There's that look again. That one that sends my heart to its knees. The one that tells me he cares for me deeply, just as I've come to care for him. For them. I'll try. Try? Dude, listen. This thing is scary and it froze me in my tracks like a long time ago, alright? Then, a sorrowful groan echoes from somewhere in the forest behind us. I am so nervous. I am so afraid. Are we actually going to see it, or is it just going to be like a shadow thing? It doesn't take us long to find the creature's obvious path of destruction. Blood and ichor cover the ground, its own, I assume. There's a path of trees that have been felled, jagged claw marks covering the splintered bark. I'm so worried. Also, I kind of want to see it. I close my eyes, but Alucard snaps me from my attempted concentration when he steps in front of me, dragging Omen by his arm. He shifts nervously where he stands, bandaging his hands. Well, bandaged hands balled into fists, and he's almost unable to meet my gaze. Wow, I butchered that entire sentence. Omen lays his hands upon his shoulder, rubbing soothing circles, their tails curling together, squeezing tight. Makes my heart lurch. No fair! I want a tail to curl around yours. If this gets nasty, your wear might change, right? Both might. Sorry, it's just funny. It's like, haha, I might change. Actually, he might as well. And I just like, both of Chris's boyfriends are just animals. It's like, this is my pet dog, and this is my pet imp. Please don't be afraid of us. Aw, you're so cute. I'd never. As long as you're not actively attacking me, I would never. I quickly stepped closer, taking their hands in mine. I fixed them both with a gaze so earnest they can't possibly think I'm lying. I will never think any less of you. Either of you. Understand? Alucard's scared mouth twists to the side, and Omen beams brightly. You're soft. Thank you, Omen. Then we see the creature lumbering into the clearing, too close to the town for comfort, too alert and entirely focused on me. Again? That's not good. Only me. Alucard grabs my arm, pressing his lips to my ear, and jerks his head in Omen's direction. Hot Stuff and I will keep it occupied. Strike when it has its back turned. Yeah, I don't know how you guys are gonna keep it occupied when it is just looking at me, and I'm so, like, if you walk into a clearing and see a fucking wolf man, a demon, and a normal-ass human, you're not gonna stare at the human. You've seen humans before. Alucard, I know. Just let us help you. Got it? Got it. Be safe. Hewa. Thank you. It straightens up, taller than I remember, but still no taller than me. What? I'm so confused. Let's send this thing back to where it came from. We just closed that portal. If we send it there again, we'll have to close the fucking portal again. I probe myself forward, unafraid, kicking up dirt, and Alucard and Omen quickly dart to flank the creature. Alright, I'm saving here, because I know that I don't remember if this does, like, QTEs. I mean, they don't do, like, actual QTEs, but, like, time limit choices. I don't remember, but I do know that there are some, choices that literally kill you, so we're saving. I throw back my fists, landing the first hit with a satisfying smack. The impact reverberates through my knuckles, and I reach for my weapon as the creature gathers itself. The three of us fall into an easy routine, as if this is something we've been doing. We've been doing this together forever. Alucard keeps it distracted, too quick for it to even fathom where he stands. Omen regains fire and fury upon its form, and I lay into it with every ounce of unbidden power that surges through my body. We violently clash, nothing but a flurry of frenzied movements and strikes. I swing hard at the beast, erring to stick to my typical strategy of attack, not letting the furious tempo of this battle overtake my senses. However, there is a method to its madness, and its poised and posture remains something more than brute strength keeping it steady. When finally one of the attacks connect, the creature lets out a horrific scream, something that could bloody my ears, and it near sends me to my knees. I dial back to catch myself, vision blurring. I'm very worried and afraid. I really hope that we can, get through this alive, all three of us. That's for sure. Alucard's fast, roughish in his movements, but even he is thrown to the ground beside me. He skids to a stop as he hits the trunk of a tree already splintered by the creature's hand, and Omen rushes to his side, helping him up from the dirt. It's stronger than we anticipated, but more than that, despite its haggard appearance, it fights like I do. I was afraid it was learning. Calculated, precise, calm in a way no creature could ever be, or ever has been. Oh, wait, is this a hunter? What's it? Azazel, perhaps? It fights like a hunter. Oh no. Alucard lets out a primal growl, his teeth bared, and Omen's skin is suddenly aglow. A swirl of scarlet and orange, like fire. I'm not mistaken, the whites of his eyes are swallowed up by the bright scarlet, his teeth a little sharper. I bring my hand to my face as they circle one another, seeing crimson leak between my fingers, staining my skin. Omen calls to me as Alucard dodges its attempted attacks with relative ease, giving it as good as it gets, but still struggling. I find myself frozen, my breathing heavy, but everything had been laid out before me, and I curse my stupidity for not seeing it sooner. As if the creature has read my thoughts, as if it knows that I figured it out. It gives something of a smile with that grotesque maw. It pushes Alucard aside once again with the startling display of strength, like a mere afterthought, and heads for me, transfixed. Its eyes are constant on my form, long, heavy strides, gaining quick momentum in my direction. I cannot move, cannot think. It's all haze now. The only coherent thought I have is, if I'm gonna die here, all I can hope is that they both make it out. It draws back its gnarled arm, and I brace for impact. It's too soon for me to steel myself against the assault, and feel my body shook with pain. It dies. I hear a growl, and I see Alucard's twisting... contorted. Oh, I hear a growl, and I see Alucard twisting, contorted. He cries out, the noise filtering into something primal, something not human. Every inch of his newly transformed body screams power, and he steps forward with purpose, his claws and fangs bared. The transformation distracts it, and the creature turns to face Alucard with another sorrowful groan. Oh fuck, him too. Then I see Omen. No, I see the Prince of Hells. I watch in awe as he steps forward, the ground beneath him is set alight, the sky darkening above us, thunder rumbling in the distance, and Omen's transformation distracts it. The creature doesn't know where to look, and neither do I. Again, we will look at those CGs on the home screen before I end recording. At the moment, there's clarity in me. My body finally recalling every ounce of training I've had throughout my life. The instinct to survive, saturating every nerve. I reach for my weapon, despite the numbness in my fingers. I feel stronger, movements more certain, and as I see Alucard take a hit to the chest, I strike with everything I have. I drive my weapon into the back of its neck with a guttural scream. It swats at me blindly, like a wild animal, trying to shake me off. It stumbles feverishly in random directions, but considerably more sluggish than before. Again, it attempts to remove the thing that will help it meet its maker, but I relent. I hold on, plunging it deeper until I can hear the sickening crack of bone. The creature's voice is smaller now, shaking and shaking. As the life form it is finally torn asunder, it halts in its movements until it falls to its knees and pounds the dusty earth. I wait, and I wait, until I'm certain it is no longer. Finally, there's resounding silence. I catch my breath. Try to, anyway. I look for Alucard and Omen in the aftermath, and I watch as the wolf forces himself to his fate, his human form washing over him like his half-transformation was merely a glamour. Omen's glamour falls back into place too, a similar shimmer, something so subtle it could have been missed if I wasn't transfixed. It's dead. Alucard stumbles forward, a little unsteady as Omen holds him tightly, but the shit-eating grin that crosses his lips tells me he's just fine. Well, that was easy. Speak for yourself, man. I almost died. Mine and Omen's eyes widen, and my breath is still ragged in my chest. Alucard has the gall to laugh at us. Dude, you were punted across the forest! I'm kidding, obviously. Master put up a tough fight. Yeah, he did. You could say that. You were amazing! Oh, yay! We get to kiss him! Yay! Kiss of life! Embrace them. No, we're gonna kiss them. I feel a little lightheaded, my legs shaky, but Alucard catches me against his chest with a soft oof. Whoa there, steady now. Are you okay? No, you must kiss me. Maybe we should find Ezra. No, only you can solve the problem before you. There are 3 riddles. I shake my head, clutching his shirt, just needing to feel them close, feel their warmth. I tip my chin, seeking Alucard's lips, finding them with my own when he leans in. Oh, cute. It's almost greedy, a little desperate, steeped in relief. He hums against my lips, fingers digging harder as he holds me close, as if I might vanish. Excuse me, there is another person here. We break apart with a gasping breath and a smile, trying to focus. Then, Omen carefully takes me face. Then Omen carefully takes my face in his hands, and Alucard watches with a sly smile as we kiss. Alucard! Stop! It's gentle, something scared, and I pull away with a clouded mind. Oh shit, I'm about to pass out. We did it. It's dead. It's over. Damn right we did it. Damn right we did. You did. We did it. Hey. Chris. Then, gone. Everything goes black. We did it. Yay. So nice. Bleh. Are we gonna sleep for 2 days again? Hunter? ... Hunter, snap out of it. I am a general for your information. I coax myself out of my little daze, finding kind blue eyes staring at me. August? Unamused, kind blue eyes. August? Damn it. Harry. You quite finished daydreaming. Pardon? I smile at him, because as much as Harry tries to be annoyed with me, he's adorable when he's angry. What the fuck is happening? First of all, why is Harry's husband right here? I thought he was dead. Also, this room looks different. Is this a flashback? I am Major Addington. Very sorry, sir. There's that little mouth twitch, an attempt to stifle a smile. I know him too well, and as humble as I try to be, Harold Addington III cannot resist me. This seems like not me. Stop that. Stop what? I'm not doing anything. He sighs, loud, pitiful. Yes, you are. You're looking at me like that. How many times do I have to remind you that I am your superior, Hunter Lane? I feign contemplation, just twisting the knife a little more, making him squirm. Oh, maybe a few more times might do the trick. We both laugh when he swats my arm. But Harry is quick to straighten himself up, ever the professional. I have an assignment, something out of town. It might take us a few days if we're lucky. They're so sad. If you can't remember, this is Harry. This is his husband. It doesn't seem... I don't know if they're husbands right now, though. It seems like a past type of thing. He looks at the papers that have been deposited on his desk. A pretty sizable pile for a simple missive, by the look of it. A little getaway, just the two of us. Harry rolls his eyes, scoffing. If you consider hunting a rogue clan of witches romantic... Then he looks at me, eyes narrowed. You do, don't you? I shrug, stepping forward to push the papers from beneath his fingertips. I rest my hand upon his waist, crowding closer until he has no choice but to sit upon the surface of his desk. Any time spent alone with you is time that I cherish, my love. The flush that sweeps across his cheek is charming, as always, and when I lean in to brush his lips with my own, gone is the stiff formality of Enforcer General Addington, and in its place is the man that I love. My partner in all things. My soulmate. We're both in need of some time away from here, don't you think? Even if it does involve us being knee-deep in angry witches. Sweet talk me some more, please. I don't know how I ever resisted you. I raise an accusatory brow. You didn't. He huffs quietly, but my statement is irrefutable. So smug. Inconsequently, we both cast the door a glance. It's closed, and I lean in to lose myself in his kiss once again. Aw, they're so cute! They say that nothing lasts forever, but all that felt like to me was a lie, told by people who never truly found love like I did. I twitched. I know that Harry was special when I first met him. We found a connection immediately, only to have it torn asunder when he failed the initiation. But, even with an ocean between us, both of us sent on such different paths, we still found our way back to one another. Oh, there's a codex. 5 years, 10 years, 15. A partnership forged out of love, trust, and strength. We were unstoppable. I'd do anything for Harry, but in the end, that's why it all began to go wrong. Oh, look at them. They're all older now. You shouldn't leave. Not right now. Your people need you. I need you. I have little choice. Such meetings cannot be postponed. Do not pull the I need you card. Things are under control now, James. Besides, it's just a few days. I shall be back before you know it. I've always loved this kind of pattern on clothing. I think it kind of adds a lot of depth to clothing when it has like same color designs that are just like a different texture than the main texture, so it kind of pops out even though it's the same color. Also, I love double layering like this as well. I feel like it adds a lot of character to just to one person. And I think they did really well with the colors as well. I could have sworn that these were supposed to be purple though. I don't know why his is gold. I'm not sure if that means something different or it's just you need the pattern and the color doesn't matter too much. His smile is as bright as it always has been, but it doesn't reach his eyes. They're cold and tired. In a way, I can't help but blame myself for Harry's recent boldness. I've always encouraged him to think outside the box, to stop being so rigid when it comes to following the rules. That's probably why he likes August so much, because August is also like a rule follower, but they kind of bend the rules or kind of look away from the rules when need be. And now, please, Harry, this has to stop. He averts his gaze, twisting his wedding band nervously. I know you think you're doing the right thing, but it's not worth it. None of this is worth it. I step closer, taking both of his hands in my own and tugging at him to look at me. He refuses, still staring longingly out of the window. I love you too much to let this destroy you. Think of everything you've achieved. Would you throw that all away just to make some numbers look good? It's not about numbers, and you know it. It's about saving people's lives, about stopping those things from overwhelming us until we're nothing but... He pauses, closes his eyes, then carefully pries his hands from mine. It's about doing what I swore to do, fulfilling my duty as protector of this country, protecting you. I can protect myself. Harry flinches at my words, exhaling sharply. We will discuss this further upon my return, but I must go. The carriage will be waiting for me. Do not share this, Harry. Do not share this, Harry. You're further away from perfecting it than you think, and you know it. At that, he smiles. Shaking his head, he steps close to cup his hands to my jaw. You've always understood me. You've always underestimated me, my love. He kisses me, and something about the way he does so makes me believe it's for the last time. After Harry's departure, I sat at our kitchen table and wrote him a letter before my nightly patrol. I knew it wouldn't make it to him before his meeting. In fact, I wasn't even going to send it. I just had a feeling. My dearest Harry, as much as I'd love to muse about how I long for you to return to lay with me in our bed, I'm afraid this letter comes with a less light-hearted message. I'm worried. These experiments are troubling me, and I have been unable to sleep soundly since you showed me last week. I fear something terrible will happen that we won't be able to hide, that you won't be able to recover from. Is this really what they cursed all of us with all these years ago? I always knew we were different, that something within us made us stronger, but... Children, Harry. We were children. Think about that before you continue with this. Think about their intentions, and why no one has intended this before. I'll be leaving for a hunt this evening, missing you every step of the way. My power dulled without you standing strong by my side. All I ask of you is that you slow down. Perfect things before you dare to implement your plan. I'm not sure how much longer I can sit back and watch, just waiting for it to all go wrong. I love you, and I just want my husband back. We can make it through anything as long as we have each other. Always yours, James. The graveyard is peaceful, the air is cool, and the sky is clear. The crunch of gravel under my boots is strangely comforting, and I feel a sense of calm wash over me as I stop in front of a newly placed headstone. I crouch down, tracing the carved letters with my fingertips. James Addington Lane, brave hunter, loving husband, cherished friend. Haven't seen this yet. I stand, my vision blurring. There's a searing yet familiar pain in my temple as I turn to see a tall figure before me, silhouetted by bright moonlight. They would put the hunter part first, wouldn't they? It's the most important part to them. James steps closer, standing by my side and sparing his grave a glance. The second you become a hunter, it triumphs everything else. You're not even really considered a human first anymore. Am I dead? I look at James, studying his features, registering that he's here, flesh and bone and alive? Or am I dead? He shakes his head. No, but you're somewhere in between, just like me. Why are you in between? Just like you? I look down and press my hand over my ribs. It comes away crimson. My armor's jagged and torn, my clothes saturated with blood. When I look back at James, his brow is furrowed, and I see a shadow emerging from the blackened tree line behind him. A familiar sight, lumbering, misshapen, not human. It's behind you. My words are monotone, though I intend for them to be a warning. My throat feels tight, and I'm once again stuck where I stand. He shakes his head, ignoring the looming threat, his dark eyes focused on me, and me alone. It's not real. You killed him, after all. Him? You simply did what I couldn't, what I should have done. I froze. I was too afraid to hurt someone I knew. As a hunter, you know you cannot hesitate, cannot second guess. If you do, people die. He's right. They teach us to be ruthless in our decisions. If it can kill you, you can kill it first. It thralled me. I thought that was how it got you. He shakes his head. I saw... He pauses, mouth agape, as if he wants to say it, but something stops him. You saved them, Chris. Though your job isn't done yet. Done just yet. I stare at him blankly, trying to comprehend where I am. Why he's here, just everything. What did they do to us? He simply smiles. It's somber, almost pained. It's easier if I show you. Afraid. I stare up at the familiar building that are now before me, a bitter taste blooming upon my tongue. It is so bright. Why did they do that? I grew up here. Learned how to kill here. Learned how to thrive. They promised us the world and we'd be heroes. As a naive child, I might have even believed them. And yet, in reality, we're nothing but pawns. Feels different now, doesn't it? I was so excited to be chosen. Most of us are. They make it feel like passing the initiation is some kind of coveted honor. If not an honor, then what? James looks down at his hands, turning his palms skyward. I see scars, and unlike the ones that cover my own skin. And he looks back up. A curse. Suddenly, the sky turns an inky black. The moon is full, hanging low, and the stars are sparse but bright. With a heavy sigh, James turns to me. Are you ready? No, I need some water first, James. Thank you. Okay. Ready for what? To finally find out how hunters are really made. Billy Mays? I think back to the comment Finn made the other day, smiling to myself. Trees? I heard that we grow on trees. You can't say that to a ghost, dude. James laughs. If only it were that simple, Chris. Yeah, it'd be really funny. What do you remember of your initiation? How do you remember your initiation? I stare at him blankly, my memories non-existent past waking up in my bed the next day. Feeling stronger, feeling different, feeling better. He tilts his head at me, smiling. As I suspected. They're very good at making you forget what they need you to, aren't they? You can say that again. You would have been taken into the courtyard at night, right here where we stand. They then would have asked you to take your oath, to pledge yourself to the cause. A witch would have offered you a vial of something which they'd then expect you to ingest. I looked down at my hand, something cold appearing in my palm. A vial. Just as James said, the liquid inside is black, viscous, and glowing. I remember, I think. They say those that fail experience a great discomfort, vomiting, convulsions. Though it's still a mystery what makes us different from them. I uncork the vial, bringing the mixture to my nose. It smells bitter, like copper. I close my eyes, my heart pounding. Then the words roll off my tongue as if possessed. I swear that no night will be traversed in fear, that morning will be a promise and not a hope. I swear I shall lay down my life in the cause of my duty to protect the vulnerable from the creature of this realm and any beyond it. Until my final breath, I pledge myself to you, body, mind, and soul. Then, I remember the way it tasted, the way it made me retch and fall to my knees. I dug my fingers into the dirt until they bled. My skin cracked and my nails split. It burned my throat, and my body fought hard to reject it, but I lost. When I opened my eyes, the vial is gone. Not dead, nor not of the living. Bind them and reveal to them the strength of ascension. We summon you to reach your wizened hands to them. Let them be the vessel that will carry us onward. It is written that this power is our right to wield. Give us their body, what separates man from the vulnerability of the flesh. Be that which may push the boundaries of our mortal coil. The blood of vampire, creature of the night, consumer of life. Impact your keen awareness and resilience, but not be shun of the light or endlessness of life. The blood of the Fae, tricksters incarnate, dissonance between realms. Impart your cunning and agile grace, but leave your weakness to the elements. The blood of the demon, purveyors of evil, guardians of the realms. Impact your strength, but not your anger. The blood of the lichen, predators under the moon, beast of instinct. Impart your primal power, but not the madness within. Blood. Why does it always have to be fucking blood? My hands shake, my breathing quickening, and James watches me with a concerned gaze as the realization washes over me. Just like them, we all are. The thing that we were trained to kill are a part of us. They made us monsters. He nods, and I gather it's been a burden. Knowledge that he's carried for far too long. Fight fire with fire, as they say. A simple human wouldn't stand a chance against the beasts we face. Ah, I'm so full of water. I don't know if I can drink anymore. But my throat still feels dry. The early hunters were true warriors who fought and died too quickly for us to stand a chance. An order was formed, people who had known of the creature's existence before the day of revelation, people who had befriended them, worshipped them even. They formed the agency, the first enforcers. They studied the way vampires can infect us, the way lichens can curse us. It's simple biology, a touch of magic. Excuse me. A touch of magic. They have a carefully curated weapon on their hands. I do not know how long it took them to perfect it, and I dread to think how many lives were lost. So that explains why they were doing the chimera thing. And it was truly only a matter of time until someone took it too far. I just never thought it would happen in the place I called home. I looked at him, and he waits expectantly, watching me with a furrowed brow. Someone in Lunaris? Slowly, all the pieces begin to fall into place. All of them? Okay. Fiero, Alucard, Aya, Azazel. Creatures captured needlessly, hunters missing and dying. Oh God. I need to go back. I need to find out who and stop them. To protect. I ball my hands into fists. My heart a hammer in my chest. My head spinning. Something is wrong. James reaches out with wide eyes, but his hand passes through me. Breathe, Chris. My vision blurs, and I feel everything around me falling away into darkness. Something is calling out to me, a force pulling and tugging, violent in its desire to bring me back. James. He looks defeated, but he stands a little taller, though he still smiles, and my heart aches for him. Our fallen hero, killed simply for being kind. You have so much left to do. It is not your time. Not yet. Of all the wrong he's done, he did well in choosing you, Hunter Green. You've made me proud, made all of them proud. It would have been such an honor to fight by your side. I agree, James. I'm sure it would be a lot of fun as well. James stands stoic and stalwart. I'm not certain where I am, and yet he remains with poise, somewhere in between, and is still as strong as when he was living. Something tells me he's waiting. For what? I'm not entirely sure, but I hope that whatever it is, he finds. Is he waiting for Harry? His peace, maybe? Tell Harry that I love him. Then, with a smile, he slowly fades away. It's 3 codexes. There's a low murmuring of voices around me, soft and familiar. 2 of them. There's a solid, reassuring weight pressing against my back, too. I don't have as much time to relish in the latter. Such a finger immediately taps on my nose. God damn it, Omen. I open blurry eyes to look into crimson ones. Alucard's blurry face hovers above me, with a backdrop of equally blurry lights. But I have the impression he's grinning, and the relief I feel from him is almost itself a kind of presence. See? Told you our hunters are as fit as a fiddle. I wouldn't say that, but hi to you too. The presence on my back shifts, not just physically, but almost something was extinguished, and I know immediately it's Omen. I turn my head to look at him, wincing at the way my muscles creak and groan. And Omen kisses me right on the mouth, his breath hot and smelling like... How many jars of candies do I owe Ezra now? The mattress dips under me as Alucard clambers on, and a moment later I feel myself being squished between them. In addition to the blankets on top of me, it's cozy. 3, but I'll rob the grocer later. Alucard! What? I squint up at him, and Alucard smirks back. Our eyes meet. His gaze softens. Owen's fingers curl on my cheek, stroking gently. You were worried. A memory of the fight, the monster, and everything since. I suppose, even if it's just inside my head, makes me shudder. Well, I'm alive. You're welcome. Alucard says it with a cocky half grin. His fingers lace around mine under the blanket, and he's close enough that I can see the britlessness of his bravado. Omen's hand is at my cheek again, and I lean into the warmth. We are in Alucard's cave. The realization comes like a piece of driftwood, slowly surfacing, and I'm alive, and probably with all limbs attached. A slight movement of my aching body tells me as much. The soreness isn't from injury, the place where the creature claws had caught me. I gingerly feel for the skin with the hand Alucard isn't holding, and touch only smooth skin. Omen buries his face into my neck, sending a shiver of delight down my spine. His breath is hot. Ezra took care of you. Still, it's been very long 2 days. I called it. I said we'd be passed out for 2 days. I'm so good. 2 days? There's a soft thump as Alucard's tail lands resolute across my legs. He glowers warningly, taking his hand back to splay it across my chest. Yeah, and no one's looking for you, so don't worry. I doubt that. Well, Alucard pushes himself to his elbows. Nope. I don't even know what that would even look like. Alucard pushes himself to his elbow. Oh my god, I read that right. I don't know what that means. Alucard pushes himself to his elbow, wolf ears flattened, crimson eyes narrowed, and lowers his voice. No one we care to answer for, anyways. Owen's hand appears into view suddenly, and I watch as he pinches Alucard's cheek. Hey, ow! What we mean is we got you concealed. Covered. Yes, that. Covered. It's hard to hold back the snort bubbling in my chest. I turn, trying to get a good look at Omen's face, only to find my nose and mouth suddenly press to tantalizing bare heated skin. On my other side, Alucard snickers. I swear, I can feel Omen blush as he adjusts with a mutter. A moment later, he's staring into my eyes. His own crinkle in a grin that stretches his face. Now it's Alucard who presses closer, slinging an arm around me and snuggling tight. God damn, fucking demon language. Sodes Esari Yuri Exoit. His words are little more than a breath on the shell of my ear. The language I don't know, but it sounds like gratitude, like a prayer. And I feel his relief like a physical force. I don't know how he would breathe out those syllables. That doesn't make any sense. It pries the tension from my limbs. Owen hums and brushes his lips over mine, helping the cause. I close my eyes on the Precipice of rest? No, I didn't know that's how you spelled that word. And then I remember it. Alucard makes a garbling complaint as I sit up, but he doesn't try to pin me. Omen follows the motion. When I look at him, worry creases his brow. He doesn't ask. Worries his bottom lip with his teeth instead, and I suddenly have a feeling he understands, or at least suspects. Chris, what's wrong? I shake my head in the vain hope it can dislodge the rest of the fog in my skull. It doesn't quite work, but it's no dream that fades as soon as I try to remember. James, the Lieutenant General. The truth. A hand covers mine. I jolt. I look down at my lap to see Alucard's scarred fingers, trying to pry my own where they grip the blanket so hard I feel them cramp. With conscious effort, I work them loose. Thanks. A weight settles upon my shoulder as Omen leans in. Do you want to talk about it? He sounds hesitant, but I know he's sincere. Alucard, at my other side, draws his knees to his chest, and it's a different kind of look he fixes me with. Intensity, concern, and a strange kind of sympathy. My gut twists sickeningly. They deserve the truth. The hunter, they said you injured Alucard? Alucard's ears perk, but he grimaces sharply. For a moment, I don't know if I should continue. I don't want to hear them. I don't want to hear the words from my mouth. Oh my god, I can't stop yawning. After this part, I'll have to read the index and stop. I kind of want it to go a little bit longer, but I just can't keep yawning through that. It's so annoying. I don't want James to be right, nor the things he implied, the things he told me about outright, too. I can see Harry's face in my mind, and examine the way he twists the ring on his finger and his downcast eyes. But most of all, imprinted on me is the gaunt, twisted shape of the creature we had faced. No, they deserve to know. I think I might have an idea about what happened to Azazel. Might. Alucard's looking at the floor, through it, and a tight grimace marring his face. Omen's fingers link with mine. I swallow hard, but allow myself to be comforted. You see? It's annoying. I just want to get through this. This is important. After a moment, Alucard looks back at me. I don't know how to place the expression he's wearing. Then he reaches out and pokes my cheek. What? You don't think he's gonna turn out like that, is he, Omen? What? No. The shining personality will redeem all. Omen punctuates it with a wink when I aim a look his way. I'm trying to be serious here. Very grim, in fact. You're both ruining the mood. Alucard reclines back on the bed and raises both eyebrows. Go ahead. I'll just be over here being distractingly handsome. James told me. Omen makes a noise of understanding. He rocks back, folds his legs, and inclines his head when I glance at him. Ezra healed you easily. The wound wasn't terrible, but he couldn't wake you because he said that something was holding you back. He mentioned you had voices talking in your head. Fuck knows what that meant, but if it's some kind of spiritual console, you've got living in there. Spiritual counsel, you've got living in there. Yes, that would be James. Alucard's eyes narrow, the curl of his lips unfriendly. Hunter Lane? Yes, him. What did he want? I rub my forehead. My entire head is beginning to ache. How much should I tell them? The pang of guilt that the very thought incurs is its own sort of agony. But I'm still a hunter. There's still discretion to consider. So much of everything unraveled all of a sudden. I can almost smell it, sense it, like the children in the fairy tale, following the breadcrumbs back to the source, back to the house and the grisly truth. I look at my hand, and the hand Omen is holding. His thumb brushes a slow, soothing rhythm along its side, and it hits me suddenly, powerfully. How damn grateful I am that I haven't worked alone. We're just getting there. Taking a deep breath, I pry the words out of the jumble, out of the bad dreams. He told me about hunters and why we couldn't. Even thinking about it feels almost too much. I hardly know which part of it is too much in particular. It was the ritual, the one that served to blind as well as blend us, when we were too young and powerless to question what it meant. Or was it the lying, the hiding? The things we've become, the literal things our superiors are willing to turn us into for the sake of... To be a hunter, you must be eligible. My own voice sounds far away. They gave us a vial of some secret concoction they tell us to drink. Nothing deadly, but if we are not fit for the skill, we can't keep it down. I never did ask what was in that concoction. I take a deep breath, and it leaves my lungs with a sigh. My limbs are heavy, my eyelids, my heart, everything. Tired. Maybe because I already guessed, and already didn't like the answer. But I'm sure both of you know that hunters aren't wholly human. There's a pause, and the mattress shifts and dips as Alucard sits up. I feel his arm and his tail as he curls both around me. He leans in and rests his forehead to my temple, as Omen's hand tightens around mine. Here, Chris, that's enough for me. Enough for us, more than that. There's little room for argument there. Even less between us for the sick, churning feeling that's haunted me since I remembered. I breathe and exhale. The world feels a little sturdier. We remain in the embrace for what seems like a comforting eternity. Then, Alucard's lips press to my cheek. He says nothing, but as I turn to kiss him back, moves it further to rest instead on the hollow of my neck, right above my pulse, and chuckles when he likely feels it jump. You're not shy, are you? When have I ever been shy? At that exact same moment, I feel something slender and leathery curl around my thigh, and turn to him just in time to see Omen's lips twist with a wicked smirk. His eyes are still kind, but his tail is curled around my leg, and he leans an arm on my shoulder, leans in, and breathes hot as our lips brush. You've earned this much. For a job well done. You survived. I learned the sordid truth about my employers, that I still haven't told you about yet, in full, you know. Do you have to? The enforcers are to blame for their own problems, so what's new? I gave them a look, but Alucard said the words with nonchalance? Nonchalance. And as he leans back so we can see each other, his expression tells me he isn't lying, or exaggerating for that matter. I mean, Dodoy, like, we are going deep into this. However, I will not be reading, or I will be. Oh, God. We'll see how far it goes, okay? YouTube will be YouTube, and I refuse to push its limits, we'll say. I'm suddenly more aware of all the ways our bodies touch, and this tangled heap of the way their eyes bore into mine. Eyes which could have quite possibly been torn away from me during our previous entanglement with the creature. Because I remember last time it didn't reach a point. So I'm just cautious. I'll be cautious. Two creatures not so different from me. Yeah, both of their bloods are in the serum we drink, so. In this moment of silence that hangs thick between all of us, something ignites. It's easy to realize what it is. Don't speak it plainly. It's desire. Okay, that's fine. I would like very much. Just, I don't mind, but like, YouTube will kill me. After his initial hesitation, Omen smiles, his eyes glowing dark, literally. That flash of black and gold and red that would have scared me when we first met. Now, all it does is thrill me. Alucard too, if the way his lips curl at the corners is any indication. Spit it out, hot stuff, use your words. But Omen doesn't use words. Instead, he uses his lips. A kiss that crashes. A little messy, feverish. Quite growl rumbles in Alucard's chest, and I move to pay him some attention. He's all tongue and teeth. What the fuck? Quintessentially. Alucard. Fuck. Whatever, I lost it. Alucard, in a way that makes my chest ache. When we break apart, I press a palm to his chest and push, laughing as he hits the mattress with a devilish grin. Omen is quick to move, to crowd close, and then I'm caught. Their prey. Yay! It didn't go any further. I'm so glad. They watch me, waiting, cheeks and chest flush a delicious pink. It's in this. It's in this moment that I know that I'm supposed to be here with them, exactly like this. Damn, Alucard is scarred to fucking hell. Holy crap. Tomorrow will come too quickly, and I'll be damned if I waste this night. A chance to lose myself with the two men that I love you. Alucard's breath catches in his throat, and there's a look of shock he holds for a second, then elation. Omen too, a smile so wide and earnest it makes his pretty brown eyes crinkle. Alucard grants us both a flash of his stubby fangs. I love you too, both of you. Nope. I love you too, both of you. Yeah. Hela Sai. Neither Alucard nor I need to know his language to understand what those words mean. I can feel their joint affection, but hearing their admissions captures me. It makes my heart sing. We meet with a kiss, both of them smiling against my lips. There's something to be found in the darkness, with us joined. It's raw, honest, and loving. The way we move, matching each beat, the certainty in their embrace, how deep each breathless kiss is that we share. I see Omen's tail swaying elegantly behind him as he concentrates on the task at hand. A trial of reverent kisses pressed onto my throat, then Alucard's. It's as though with each electric touch we impress. I'm so sorry I'm messing this up. It's as though with each electric touch we impress on each other with a space waiting to be met and fulfilled. The threat of release barrows closer, full speed under the unrelenting presses of their bodies. Just the three of us, together, chasing one another over the edge. I wait to the feeling of their fingers brushing my face. Okay, we're gonna chill it there, because, I can't stop yawning, and and I'm tired of that, and we need to breathe. Alright, we're gonna look at this one. Yes, there it is. That's the CG that we saw briefly in the forest. I don't know if he's always had this tuft, but that's cool. I mean, there's not much to say about this, mainly because it's his same outfit, and, oh, you know what, his hair is golden. Does he have an under and an overbite? No, he does have an overbite. Under? Over. I don't know. Anyways, his hair has changed color, and he has very large horns that curl around his ear, it looks like. That's very interesting. His wings are also very large. They do have some tatters on them, and they look very leathery, which makes sense. But my interest is also his hands here. They do have the claws, but it looks... Okay. I was looking at his kind of clothing type of, I couldn't tell if he wore gloves and they've almost extended with them, or if his skin literally changed, which it looks like his skin actively changed. In fact, you can see it a lot better here, where his shirt kind of cuts off and then his hand starts. His tail doesn't look any different, which, I guess that's to be expected. I'm just trying to find some things to talk about, but there's not really much to talk about since not much has changed except for like a few features here and there. But I suppose that makes sense. He's very clearly a demon, and then for a demon to transform, he's still going to look like a demon, he's just going to look a little bit different. And then we have this one, which, again, there's not much to say. It clearly looks like he is mid-transform. We don't actually get to see his wolf form, which is to be. It's a bit disappointing, but it's fair because, it'll be just a wolf. You can look up wolves type of thing. Although he has a lot of scars, so seeing like a wolf form with a bunch of scars, that would have been really interesting. I just never can get over just how large and floofy his tail is. Which is very interesting. Ears always been that sharp? No, look at that. His ears literally get sharper. And so does his fangs. It looks like his bottom fangs also kind of come in. And of course his hands get sharper. His ears might get a little bit longer. No, doesn't look like it. That's always interesting. I don't think we get anything new here. We've already seen all of these. However, the codex is something that I need to read through. Let's see which ones are new. Okay, so we've got Hunters, which I've already read through, so I'm not going to read it through, but I will show. In case anybody wants to read them themselves. I think I just clicked on Enforcers. Demons. Oh, that was the end of it. Chimera. So fun. Okay, save. There we go. And then we've got James. We already had James. I don't know if this is new information. I think this is the new stuff. But again, we're just going to click through this. Again, I've already read this, so I'm not going to read it again. But I am clicking through it so that all the information is here as well as the other places. Yeah. Okay, so these three are the new ones, I'm pretty sure. Yup. Alrighty. Destined. James stepped into the house, shaking the rain off his coat and discarding his boots at the door. The fire roars in the hearth. A steaming cup of coffee waiting for him upon the table beside an open book, and he smiles, his heart fluttering in his ribs as he hears a quiet hum in the kitchen. He's been away for too long, always unnerving when on a mission without his partner by his side. It feels wrong to hunt alone, but he'll adjust if it means Harry is happy. Anything for Harry. He leans against the doorframe, watching him as he fusses with lighting the stove. The match he's trying to strike, giving him grief. The scar upon his face has healed so beautifully in the years that have passed. A terrible reminder of a harrowing fight, but also one that proves how indomitable he is. Do you need a hand? Harry turns, his eyes wide. James can't resist. He crosses the room in 2 strides, his arms winding around his waist as he lifts him and spins him once, twice, eager lips pressed to the place where the scar disappears beneath the collar of his shirt. You're home, Harry says. His hands cupped James's face as he settles him back upon the ground. He frowns at the sight of a new cut, inspecting the tiny thing that won't even scar upon the apple of his cheek, his thumb brushing over it tenderly. James curls his finger around his wrist, kissing his palm. Kissing his palm, his gaze never leaving his lover's face. He focuses on the vivid blue of his eyes, golden flecks swirling at the edge, and there's never been anything even remotely boring about this man. I missed you so much. His smile could brighten any room, and James is still so hopelessly in love that he cannot help the next words that fall so easily from his lips. Marry me. He hears the unmissable hitch that Harry's breath, his eyes going wide as he stares up at him, slack-jawed. James, I meant it. I'm not joking around. We've been together for so long. We've been through so much, and as we both grow older and our positions begin to drag us apart, he trails off, shaking his head. Be my husband, Harry. You realize we're practically betrothed already, don't you, Hunter? He grins, a teasing lilt to his voice, something that makes James's toes curl against the cold tile. Is that a no? Are you rejecting me, Lieutenant? He laughs, curling a lock of slowly graying golden hair around his finger. Harry doesn't respond with words, because the only way he could ever possibly convey how he feels in this moment is by catching his lips in a kiss. They break apart reluctantly, forehead to forehead, Harry's hand resting upon James's broad chest, feeling his heartbeat beneath his fingers, always so sure, so steady. I will marry you. The smile that breaks out across James's face is nothing short of blinding, and the following embrace is tight enough to suffocate them both. I've loved you forever, Harry Addington. Since the very moment I laid eyes on you again all those years ago, I knew we'd be together, exactly like this. Harry runs a finger over James's lips, looking at him so fondly as he remembers their years apart, and then the moment when they found one another again, as if it were written in the stars, as if they were destined. It was always meant to be you and I. 20 years later, James fiddles with the violet sash, not quite knowing how to tie it. His fingers trembling as he gives up and stands as tall as he can with the nervous coursing through his veins. He's waited to wear it, longed to have it proudly slung across his person, and now he hears the click of shoes upon the tile outside the office door, taking a deep breath as the handle shakes. Then he feels his knees weaken, his heart beating so loudly it almost drowns everything else that surrounds him. It can't be. His voice is like a dagger to the heart, just like James had always imagined as they grew older, and he read his letters aloud, dreaming of his golden hair and kind smile. But he's so much better than he could ever have dreamed. James gathers his composure, unable to stop the brilliant grin that crosses his lips, as Harry's eyes widen to an almost comical degree. He's 18. He's just graduated. He's expected to save the world, and he's been assigned to a boy he's been in love with since he was old enough to realize... Oh, fuck, I said that wrong. It's 20 years earlier. So this is before he proposed. Apologies, I'm sorry. He's been in love with since he was old enough to realize the letters that they shared made his heart ache. Harry Addington, what are the chances? He says, thinking the heavens and his voice didn't shake. Harry flushes a charming pink as he steps forward, and James has never seen him, an enforcer, look quite so comfortable in that gold and black uniform. Harry pauses, turning to close the door, running his hands through his hair, leaving it messy. They stand toe-to-toe, eyes roving one another's faces, trying to find words that simply turn to ash upon their tongues. They laugh, and somehow it's not awkward. Not one bit. Your letters kept me going, you know. Harry raises a brow, puffing a laugh, disbelieving, his fingers twitching at his side. As did yours for me. James bites his lip, trying to stop his smile from growing, lest his cheeks ache. I was so angry that they took you away, but it would appear that fate had us on its mind all along. Fate, Harry says quietly, not a question, but statement, clearly liking the way it sounds in his mouth. Yes, would appear that it did. Sorry about that. So this is the letter that I read during the actual visual novel. I'm not going to read it again, but it is here in the way that he wrote it. The First Hunter. Romantic, isn't it? The thought of immortal, eternally beautiful creatures of the night, with a taste for human blood. The book, with the taste of human blood. Sorry, it's already a question. The bookshelves of our children's home in the North Salt. The bookshelves of our children's home. I am not good at this. We're gonna start over and pretend nothing happened. The First Hunter. Romantic, isn't it? The thought of immortal, eternally beautiful creatures of the night, with a taste for human blood. The bookshelves of our childhood home in the North sat full of such fanciful tales. My sister had a fondness for these creatures. She thought they were symbols of monstrous, bloody, forbidden, carnal pleasure. She thought they were not real. I know better. I've always known. They are monsters, the same as the rest. The same as the demons and the ghouls we dismiss as old wives' tales. Just characters that prowled the night and preyed upon the old and unwavering. If only I could convince my dear family, but it is useless. Though I know that the reckoning is upon us, there will be no salvaging the illusion of peace now. Soon the whole world will know, and with it everything will change. A letter found in Aclera. I can't pronounce the E. Aclea. Yeah, Aclea. Written by Argenta Heartstone, the First Hunter. There we go. I did it. Are there any mini-stories yet? Nope. Whew, I actually got through all of it. Man, reading is so difficult sometimes. And I swear, the more I read, the worse I get. Alright, well, that'll be all for now. I hope I can actually record a lot more often. I've just been really busy. Work has been really stressful. For numerous reasons that I'm not going to get into, because honestly, I'm tired of explaining all the problems I have. That's how long it's been going on, and I'm renting a house, so me and my partner are just getting comfortable here, and we got our pets, and we finally have like a routine going, so a lot's been going on, a lot's changed, and I've been meaning to record, but I just haven't had the time and energy really to do it. But work is finally doing its job, so to speak, and I'm starting to feel a little more comfortable. So I have the mental capacity to enjoy things that I want to do. But hopefully I can record again sometime soon. I would say I would record tomorrow, but it is one of my very few days off, so I won't be doing that tomorrow at least. But I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, and thank you all for joining me and having the patience to listen to me struggle and Google words and all of that. if I don't Google it at the time, I will never learn, and I'll never Google him, so I just do it in the moment. If that bothers me, you can always just let me know. I'll write the words down and Google it later. But I imagine that some people just also don't know those words, so I'm also reading it for them. I truly do try my best, but reading can be very difficult. If I had my face cam, you would see just how much I struggle. But I haven't looked into that. I don't mind showing my face, I just actually need to turn on the camera, which I just haven't looked into yet. Anyways, thank you all for letting me ramble and having the patience, and I'm sorry it's been a long time, but I'll try to make it a bit more consistent now. I hope you all have a wonderful night, truly, and I hope you enjoyed this session. This one was actually really interesting, and I'm really excited to see how this progresses. I'm hoping we can finish it in another session or two. I wish I could just sit here and finish it, but I know my recordings don't even make it past 4 hours, so I don't really know that. But I'm going to stop talking and move on with life. As in, go to sleep, because it is very late. And you should too, if it is very late. Sleep is important, even if you're not actually sleeping, but try. I'm gonna shut up now. Goodbye. Love you.